My name is Scott Shepard, S-H-E-P-P-E-A-R-D. I'm a lieutenant with the Imperial County Sheriff's Office in charge of the South County Operations and Investigations Division. Wanted to tell you guys yesterday at approximately 1 a.m. the Imperial County Sheriff's Office received a call from a resident of Heber, California. This reporting party provided the patrol deputies with video footage of a child who was playing catch with a baseball in a backyard. The male adult used a belt to strike the child a number of times. Our agency determined that the male subject is 34-year-old Anthony Sanchez of Heber, California. Today, at approximately 16:15 hours, Mr. Sanchez voluntarily came to the Imperial County Sheriff's Office and was arrested and booked into the Imperial County Jail on felony child abuse charges, which is a violation of California Penal Code Section 273AA. At this time, I'll open it up for a couple of questions. However, I will caution you in advance, the investigation is still ongoing. We've established the probable cause needed to make the arrest for this violation of California law, and these are our actions so far.
What is it about the video that caused the arrest?
Well, it's not necessarily the video standing alone. It's the information obtained through witnesses, through the victim, and through the investigation that was able to, we were able to establish enough probable cause for the arrest.
Have you ever seen anything like this? Or video of a person belting, what appears to be giving the belt to their stepson, causes this sort of reaction?
I've investigated a number of major injury child abuse crimes. However, I've never, in my 15 years, experienced something caught on video of this nature.
Was the boy injured?
I'm sorry?
Was the boy injured by the belt, by the striking of the belt?
That's going to be part of the investigation that we're not willing to release that information at this time. However, I will reiterate that through interviewing everybody involved, witnesses, including the victim, that we've established enough probable cause for violation.
Does Mr. Sanchez have a history with child abuse or anger management?
We don't have any record of any previous offenses for this type of crime.
Can you give a statement about disciplining your child? Is a belt appropriate?
Well, it's going to depend on the conditions and the circumstances. And that's why it took a full 2 days of investigation before making the arrest in this case. We needed to find out from witnesses additional information from anybody that we could, including the victim and the person that made the recording of things that were said. Some of it doesn't have audio, including some of the previous history as well. So it's the totality of the circumstances.
Is there any sort of message you can give to parents about disciplining their children?
Well, every parent in the state of California has the right by law to discipline their child. When you cross the line between what's legal and not legal is the infliction of injury.
And so your investigation found that there was an infliction of injury. Can you explain that?
Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. We'll talk about specifics regarding the elements of the crime, and that has to do with, it even talks about mental suffering as well. So it could be physical or mental, and I'm not going to get any details as to this specific case. However, the circumstances had to be pretty egregious to be criminal in nature.
Were you guys able to disclose where the kid is at this point?
At this time, we're not going to release that information.
Is Mr. Sanchez still in custody?
Mr. Sanchez was just booked in about 45 minutes ago, so he's here in our facility.
Will he be required to, does he have to post bond? Is he required to stay behind bars?
The bail amount is $100,000, and he will see a courtroom by Tuesday afternoon if bail is not posted.
Was there other kids in the household?
At this point, we're not going to release that information.
He's an elected official, and he was also a coach. Should a person in that sort of leadership role
That would be more asking my opinion than the facts of the case, and at this time I provided you guys with the information we're going to release.
Do you guys know what the mother had to say about this whole thing?
That's going to be part of our investigation, and that information we're not going to release at this time.
Will there be a booking photo that will be made available?
There will be a booking photo that will be made available, but he's still going into through the booking process now. And I apologize for the late notification, but as you can see, he just arrived here to our facility at 4:15 p.m.
I know that there were people stationed outside his home in Heber. I have a lot of cameras on me right now. Was he at any point in time on the run?
As part of our investigation, I'm not going to release that information at this time. I don't want to compromise the integrity of the investigation.
How many charges is he facing?
At this time, he's facing one charge, and it's California Penal Code Section 273AA, felony child abuse.
Do you have any idea what the potential, what that can mean if he were to be found guilty?
Well, that's going to be provided when he starts to have his court proceedings. And if there's no other questions, I'm going to conclude this interview. Thank you.
Is it, the people who step forward in this case, saw something that they thought was wrong, captured it on video, and then contacted authorities?
Well, in this case, as I stated I believe in my press release yesterday, there was a delay in the notification of law enforcement. And anytime somebody sees or hears or captures video footage of something like this type of incident, to report it immediately to law enforcement.
How important is this video in this case? How big of a factor of evidence is this going to play?
Well, that's not going to be up to me to decide. That would be a question that's better suited for the prosecutor, the county district attorney.
Did the person who called the authorities take the proper steps to contact you guys, or was he posted it online and then he contacted you guys? Would there have been a better way of him doing that?
Yes, we would prefer that if somebody captures a video that's similar to this type of video, that they report it to law enforcement immediately.
Would you recommend that they do not post online, or to do so?
We would recommend that people do not post things like this online.
How come?
Well, we don't want it to compromise the integrity of the investigation, and we feel that within the sheriff's office and that we can do our jobs more thoroughly and have a better chance of piecing together all the information that's needed for successful prosecution if that type of detail is not released to the general public until the proper time through the court.
Do you think it had any effect on this case, specifically going out and interviewing people after they've already seen this?
I'm not going to comment on that at this time. I don't have anything else, and I will get back to you guys next week if there's any updated information.
Okay, when should we expect the mugshot?
It will probably take hours,
Okay.
because of the time that a booking process takes. They might have the photograph within the hour. When they're going to have the ability or authorization to release it, I don't know if that's going to take 2 or more hours. I'm not really sure.
Okay.
The best person to contact would be the clerk at the front of the jail, and they'll be able to give you an idea after somebody's booked how long does it take to for media access to that photograph.
Do you guys email these photos, or?
I don't know that we have a process for that, but the clerk at the front counter of the jail would be the best person to contact.
Still have to post it.
The process is just beginning, so sometimes it can take hours.
People normally walk in and out of the front door when they're booked and then when they post on. Are there?
It depends on the circumstances and the situation, and the safety of the individual. So. Okay, thank you.